All right, guys, welcome back to another video. So as you know, the truck behind me is my 22 Ram single cab that I originally bought new from the dealer. I special ordered this truck. It's kind of been the baby and kind of the landmark of the start of this company. This company's actually been around for 5 to 6 years, but like this was the first truck that really got us any recognition. So this has always been one of my favorite trucks, and I always thought it was one of the coolest trucks because I always wanted a single cab 4th gen, and then the 5th gen body style came out, and I just fell in love with it. Obviously, because I just kept getting more 5th gens. But big news for the single cab build. Also, if y'all haven't seen the video on this one, I'm gonna drop that link in the comments. Big news and a lot of change for the single cab though. This thing is getting fully redone, fresh paint match in a couple spots where it had some chips. And we are going to be repurposing this truck. One of the coolest things about this truck always was the interior and the fact that this thing didn't have any miles. We're going to be doing some more work on the interior, and you know, you might see that odometer go up, guys. I'm actually going to build this thing in a way to where I want to drive it if I want to go somewhere, and I just can't justify having a brand new truck sit here that I don't drive anymore. So we're going to make this a more fun driver. And we're gonna make this a really cool truck to show off all our products that we build for 5th gens. So stay tuned. It's probably gonna be at least 3 or 4 episodes to finish this truck. And then we are finally gonna release it. You know, the first show that it will be at will be LST down in Texas. But let's go over the truck a little bit and give you an idea of what we're starting with. Alrighty, there's nothing wrong with the truck. The bumper had a paint chip. Went to repaint the bumpers. Actually ended up that I'm going to use the bumpers off of this one on this truck. This truck is still going to get the new bumpers, guys. Have no fear. I know it's taken forever, but it is still going to get the new bumpers. Calm down. It's all right. But I really want to go for a certain look on this truck. I just kind of had a random idea the other day. Me and Bubba have been talking about it. Also, the Hellcat's looking great. Y'all will see that in another video. But me and Bubba have been talking about it, and we have figured out a different direction that we want to go with this truck. And I am so excited about it because this truck is actually going to get to see the road some. We're going to be bringing it down, potentially. Changing the wheel and tire sizing a little bit. And maybe adding a fat snail. You know, that's all I can say in that category. This is going to be more of a truck that I can use and drive if I need to go to the store. Or if I don't have anything to drive this week. Or if I've already broke all my other trucks. This is going to be kind of my reliable, I wouldn't call it my daily driver because I'm still not going to daily drive this thing. And I would say in 2 years, this thing still will not have 10,000 miles. But I am going to have another vehicle I can drive out of it. So we're going to be taking some of the suspension components off. Not that there's anything wrong with them. It's just not exactly the look that I have in mind anymore. I'd have loved this look. It's rocked this look for almost 2 years now. And it's done us great. Love this truck. It's still in brand new condition because it has 600 miles. But one of the coolest thing about this truck always was the interior, because it's a big console screen. It's got the camera in the mirror. It has 603 miles. It's got all the bells and whistles, heated seats, heated steering wheel. We're gonna be doing some, I believe, black leather with white stitching, maybe. I want to, keep the white theme, but I don't want to transfer too much of that into the interior because I do, like I said, plan on starting to use this thing a little bit, maybe cruise around in it at shows, do some cool stuff with it, and test our parts on it. So we're gonna be doing some new parts on this. Our 5th gen hood mirrors, 5th gen upper coolant pipe. This thing is bone stock in the engine bay, so we've got a lot of our parts that we can put on this. So all the air suspension is going to be coming off. I'm going to kind of leave it a secret on what suspension we're going to replace it with. Y'all will have to see in the next videos, but we're going to go ahead and be removing the current suspension in this video. So, really excited for this truck to change. It's looked the same for forever. And I think it's time to give it a revamp. So we might end up putting this sway bar setup on the dually. Not sure. It depends on how it looks once we get this thing lowered. But we'll see. I'm not going to let y'all know completely what height we're going to yet, but it's not going to be this high. I've kind of been debating here lately if I wanted another big truck. I was considering doing like an 18-inch lift on this thing. And then I remembered how inconvenient and pain in the butt this thing is. And I was like, you know what? We'll have one big one. That's all we need. So we're going to be taking this one apart, doing a parts assessment and seeing what all we need to order. and figuring out the new suspension setup. But appreciate y'all for watching. Let's get to work. So one of the coolest things about working on air ride vehicles that are four-corner air ride, at least in this situation, is I can actually use the air management that's on the truck to raise the truck all the way up, set it down on the frame stands, and then drain the bags. In this case, we've already took the air management off the back, but the front bags are already gone and the rear is not sitting on frame stands yet. So now that I have the air management out of the way, I can put the frame stands in and then we can just lower the air. All right, so we have, like I said, the air management is gone and out of the way. We've got our rear frame stands in as high as they will go. And then we actually had to cut the compressor wires from the air management because I've got my air management tucked up here and I'm gonna be taking that off here soon. But we've just kind of got the wires spread apart where we don't have an electrical fire, because this whole system does still have power, because I still need to turn the key on and let the whole truck down. So let's go do that. That's kind of going to wrap up all the work that we're going to be able to do tonight. It's about midnight and I still want to get this video edited and dropped tomorrow for y'all. This video, I mean, whenever you see it, obviously it's already dropped, but really good progress on it. Didn't even expect to get this much done tonight. It might just look like a couple minutes for y'all, but that's hours and hours and hours for me. And especially by myself in the shop, and a lot of this stuff you need at least a hand with to make it a little bit easier on you. But let's go over what we think we should do with the truck. I've kind of got a general idea of the vision that I want to see, but let's see what y'all's opinions are. So we've got all our Striker 4-link, our King shocks off of the front, our front flight fab bag mounts, because we are going to be changing the overall height of the truck. I do still need to remove the Striker, I guess, drop bracket, is it what you would call that, from the truck. So we can, have all that off, because I don't think we're putting a Striker kit back on it. This is a beautiful kit. It's just not really the look I'm wanting to go for. I'm wanting to go more for like the street truck, just super clean vibe. That's kind of what I'm going for, guys. So I'm thinking maybe put some limited headlights in it that are color matched, or some Alpha Rex if Danny still loves us. And then I'm thinking putting the limited grill out of the race truck in this, and maybe this grill in the race truck. But let me know what y'all think. I think it would look really, really cool to have a clean street truck that had that OEM Plus look. And then we're also going to be putting all our engine bay products that I'm going to show y'all before this video is over. I do have some parts that I've been storing up that do fit 5th gens. So I'm going to show y'all some of the parts that we have set aside for this thing already. But looks good. Got all the front done basically. The track bar bracket is ready to pull. Got to pull that still and put a factory one back in it because we are going to be going down, but we are going to be leaving that aftermarket track bar. We also need to make a decision on what we are going to do steering wise. Not sure if I want to keep the crossover steering or not, considering, you know, we're going to make this thing a driver again. But it does look so good, so it's hard to convince myself to take it off. And then we still need to remove the rear shocks, the rear bags. We did get the air management out, and all this stuff is going to be for sale. So the whole air kit off of the truck is going to be for sale. I think I'm done with air for a little while. We've still got air on Big Girl, and the Hellcat is going to be bagged, but I've had this thing bagged for like 2 years now, and I'm just kind of over it. So we're going to be moving to a little bit more convenient setup for what we want to do with the truck. I'm thinking maybe in the rear, we holler at the boys at Fire Punk and have them make us some new rear control arms, because I believe those striker arms are going to go with the striker lift. The way we keep all the stuff together and matching. And we're also going to throw some of those nice power stop rotors on this thing. If you'll notice on the big truck, we did not do the powdered rotors because powdered rotors has just turned into a problem. But Power Stop makes these drilled and slotted rotors that go into the factory brakes, and they have some type of coating on them where they don't rust. So they look a lot better than trying to powder your factory ones. So we're going to be removing those brake rotors, getting those crusty old things out. Everything else looks good under the truck. Got a little bit of powder to redo on this knuckle. No big deal. We're going to touch everything up, get her all fresh, and then enjoy her. So like I said, I think I want to not necessarily make a bunch of power with this thing, but have a cool, fun to drive, just truck that I can take anywhere, but I'm still not going to drive a lot because the painted fender wells, and it's so pretty. I do not want to damage the paint on this truck, but we are going to use it a lot more, so don't worry. All right, guys, so one of the coolest things I've got to experience being a business owner, and or now we're starting to do some parts production stuff, is actually getting to see it in the wild. So I'm really excited for this next year of show season to start seeing our parts in the wild. I mean, that's just pretty cool to me, and we've started selling most of our parts towards the end of the year, so I haven't got to see a lot of them like at shows or on trucks and stuff like that. So hoping to see, you know, throughout the show and shine area at these shows that I go to all year, some of our products. That'd be really, really cool. But let's take a look at all this stuff that I just dug out of storage. So I've been saving this bad boy for a hot minute. This may look familiar to you because I have the exact same valve cover on the Big Girl. So the guys over at King Speed cut these valve covers for us. I got a white and milled one the first time and I loved it. So I told him to cut me another, and these things are just sick. He does a killer job. Also, I hope I have this King Speed intake for a 6.7. Maybe I'll get to use that on this truck. Who knows? Also, so we've got our upper coolant pipe that we build, our fuse box cover, our fender braces, and our hood mirrors. So these are all products that we build that I'm going to be able to display on the truck, which would be really, really cool for shows. And it'd be even cooler if, you know, we won a Best Engine Bay Award because of our products. So hopefully, you know, if you have these products, you love them. If not, let me know. I'll do whatever I can to make them better. So, but yeah, this valve cover just turned out so awesome. I'm so excited to see the engine bay and this truck come together, and the truck itself, because I never thought in my life that I would just get a wild spurt and decide that this truck needed to be usable again, because everyone that knows me knows this truck has sat for 2 years since I got it. I mean, I took it apart with 20 miles when it was brand new. So excited to see what we decide to do. I think I am going to do something with the interior. I'm thinking, like I said, black leather, white stitching, maybe do something with the interior lid just to spice it up a little bit, but I still want to be able to use it. And, you know, it's also got a Starlight headliner. And I've really got to find that light. I lost that light when I first built the truck, and I know it's in storage somewhere, but I gotta find that light. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and grab some merch. Click the link at the end of the video. Also, that helps us keep building these trucks, traveling to shows, and just, you know, coming to see y'all. So we're hoping to hit a lot of shows next year and keep growing this place, keep offering more merch and more parts for y'all. But I appreciate y'all for watching. Y'all killed the last video, and hopefully you like this one too.